So, Justin, let's play pretend that you're a docent at a miniature golf museum. And there's a special putter by the 1979 world champion of miniature golf, who some say stole the title because he accidentally bumped off the pinwheel. And it was not intentional. Now go.
Yeah.
Hells yeah! You know, it's Tuesday night, which means we're doing our best to bring you the best of the worst of the internet ever since we were 12 years old. Hello, beautiful people. I'm Brian Brushwood, live in Austin, Texas, and it is go time for Night Attack. Joining me, as always, from Oakland, California, the left brain to my other left brain, it's Justin Robert Young. What's going on, JRY?
God damn, man. You know, every once in a while you feel it where the fuel injection engine hits the combustibility of my inability to know how cars work, and it explodes into comedy. And that's what we call Night Attack.
You sound like you're dipping into a little bit of Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton, where it's like the combustibility of my inability to understand the metaphoricalism. That's all right. Take two. Hey man, what do we got in store for tonight?
Take it there.
Yeah.
And by there I mean.
Take three.
Joining us now is the star of that cold open, Bonnie, the invisible wife, Brushwood. Bonnie, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Justin?
Oh, well, you know, we don't usually get political on this show. So this is going to be a bit of a turn of an episode. Later on, we are going to take the definitive Iowa poll. A lot of talk you're probably hearing about what's happening in the Iowa caucus coming up. It's only a couple weeks away. We are going to do our best to help you understand it by taking your calls live and giving you the opportunity to shape this presidential race. But before we do that, I would like to formally announce that there is another candidate running, and that is the Ralph Nader of the Bunchems Corporation. Her new book, Unsafe at Any Hair Length, will be hitting shelves momentarily. Consumer advocate Bonnie Brushwood, internationally known. Let's give her a round of applause.
Well, I'm just happy to be here with my constituents. Am I saying that right?
You're doing great. You're doing great. As your advisor, I say keep going. Yeah, man, last week you were not an internationally known superstar, but since we last saw you,
yes.
you've been on the news in New York. You have recorded for Good Morning America, airing tomorrow. You've been on the front page of the Wall Street Journal.
Oh my God.
Looking presidential as hell. Have you not seen these photos?
I did. They were just smaller. You took the photo, so you're showing a little bit of leg there.
Damn straight. I'm showing. Look, I give the people what they want, and what they want is to know what I think of your legs.
Like, I would like to know whether or not these toys are safe. Also, a little bit of them gams, if you don't mind.
Oh my goodness.
I'll tell you what, I want to bunch them.
Let's go ahead and reset this a little bit, right?
Right.
I don't know if we talked about it so much in the show. Last night I was in Austin after spending, by the way, a huge, I'm sure that this is going to blow up on the D's Knees subreddit, that photo. So last night I was there. There was a slumber party. And things got a little out of hand with all the girls. They all start throwing around these bunchems.
But before we even get to that, though, I kind of want to tell the story behind the story where it's like I'm sitting up in the room in the studio and I get a text from Justin saying like, hey, man, where you at? I'm like, I'm in the studio watching Bob and David. You're like, yeah, because I'm in your house and there's like a kid's birthday party happening.
Yeah.
No, what happened? What happened was... Let me be real with you. So I knew Bonnie had informed me that there was going to be a slumber party.
Yeah.
So I had my last Go game in Austin, and I was meeting up with a friend of mine. I had a few drinks, and then went to go celebrate with a quiet moment of reflection in Hearthstone by going to Babalu's Cigars.
Oh, dude, Babalu's is the best. That's, I'm not normally a cigar guy, but going there, like, I don't know, there's something about, like, you have people hand rolling, fancy ass cigars over there.
It was nice, which is to say that I smelt like booze and cigars, and I looked like a hobo because I normally look like a hobo, and I didn't want to like just walk in like I normally do to the Brushwood house and just be like, "Hey, everybody, how you doing?" Because it would just be like just a gaggle of 8-year-old girls screaming and yelling because the epitome of stranger danger has barged into the house. So I quietly kind of make my way upstairs, and I'm texting Brian to see where he's at because I didn't know whether or not he had hidden either upstairs or in his room, which is downstairs. I find out he's upstairs. All of a sudden, Bonnie walks in with a stricken look on her face. There's an emergency happening downstairs.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry. No. Sorry, I got a text just at that moment, and I thought. So Bonnie comes in and she's like, "We have a situation over here," and I'm like, "Ugh, what is it? How bad can it be? It's little girls having a slumber party, for crying out loud." And so I walk downstairs. And all I see is the girls sitting down for movie time. All the girls are like, "Hey, it's time to watch Inside Out." And I was like, "Looks like everything's under. What is in her hair?" And I noticed that fully 2/3 of the girls have very colorful decorations in their hair. And Bonnie's like as if it's suddenly a panic attack, as if all of a sudden, all of her, I don't know, 9/11 emergency training is in full effect. She's like, "You need to get this stuff out of her hair. We're splitting it up. Everybody get into it." Because for the video watchers, this is the kind of shenanigans we see embedded in all of the girls' hair, like fully wrapped around as if it's an anaconda squeezing the life out of an errant, 11-year-old. Is these bunchems are fully entangled, entrenched.
For people who don't know what a bunchem is, Bonnie, describe what a bunchem is.
Oh, well, Satan got together with his friend Hitler, and they're all talking. They're just like, diabolical, let's ruin Christmas. And they decided to create these. So they're just a little plastic toy. The guy actually thought, hey, burrs are cool because they stick together.
To everything.
Yeah, and so this is burr technology. And they're soft. And the little spikes like hook onto each other.
So basically, they're kind of like little plastic balls that basically hook together with like Velcro-esque kind of efficiency, right? Like you put them together, they stick together. That way you can build things, you can have arts and crafts without it being either super hard like a Lego where you're going to step on it or lose it, and it's not quite as swallowable as other things. It seems to be a really rad toy. It's very, very popular.
Correct.
Here's the only problem.
Super. And
So in other words, Khan says in the chat room that they're like Velcro, and Gel says hook and loop Velcro in a sphere as a toy. Accurate. Now here's the thing. Imagine hook and loop without the loop. Imagine just hooks. Hooks hooking onto other hooks, looking when what they really want is some sweet, sweet loopage. And in the form of a little girl's hair, where they can dig in and get their talon-like claws in there.
This is so
so the girls start throwing these things around. All of a sudden, Bonnie comes up. We resume our story. Bonnie comes up. She's got a stricken look on her face, and all that is communicated is, I hope Penny's going to be able to survive her brand new short pixie cut that she's going to be getting, because these bunchems are not coming out of her hair, and it is a full scale emergency.
Well, and so Bonnie brings me down, and she's like, "You work on Penelope, I'm going to work on the other girls." I spend 20 goddamn minutes trying to get a single bunchem out of Penny's hair, and then and I decide can't be done. Can't be done. Clearly, we're just going to cut it. And so I say to Bonnie, like, we'll cut her hair. I'm going to go watch Bob and David upstairs with Justin.
And I'm like, oh, I'm not ready for this yet. I need a little time. And I'm just like, you're useless. Get out of here.
Well, Brian's upstairs watching Bob and David.
Yes.
I made good on my promise, Bonnie.
You did.
I watched the hell out of Bob and David.
You did. I actually went, like, the lady who bought him for her daughter to give to Penny, or to Josie, she was, like, all worried because this was her daughter's first sleepover. And she goes, anything you need, really, I mean, if you need any help at all, just let me know, I'll come over. And so I text her and she's just like, what? I'll come over. And I'm like, just don't scare the children, okay? We're trying not to create a panic. It's bad, but we'll be okay. And so we go
But
in.
you gotta prepare this lady. You're like,
I
listen,
did.
Rook, this ain't a drill, all right? We got a bunch of panic people in there, and it's gonna be a goddamn hysteria factory if you show any weakness in there. You're coaching her up. You're slamming her shoulder pads.
I am. And especially, well, I don't know about the other girls, but I know, like, if Penny, like, caught the sniff of panic, then, it's all over.
Then she'd be crying and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
just
So
the
instead, it's like, hey,
hysteria.
man, it's cool. It's like a braiding party in reverse where we try to unbraid these devil jizz out of your hair. It's
So now
terrible.
that fun little evening gets resolved because of the calm leadership that was exhibited by Bonnie Brushwood.
Oh, thank you.
All
That would
done.
be enough of a story. That
would.
right there would be enough for us to bring it to Night Attack and tell you. But here's the only problem, folks. We're not the only people who want to tell you that story. No. Because it was only, 2 days later, 48 hours later, that you got a call from the Wall Street Journal?
Hang on. The way it went down was we were out to eat. We're like, we don't have it in us to feed the kids today. Let's go to the restaurant down the way. We went to Trudy's, and my phone buzzes, and I look at it, and I'm like, oh my God, Bonnie. I was like, put down the girls. Look at me for a second, and I'm like, my name is so and so. And I am from the Wall Street Journal. And Bonnie closes her eyes. She clenches her fist as if she's Jean-Luc Picard saying full of wind. And she goes, finally. And then I say, I'm writing you to try to contact your wife, Bonnie. And her eyes bug out cartoonishly like Bugs Bunny, saucer plates. And she's like, what?
Yeah,
And it goes...
I mean, what on earth could he talk to me about?
So it goes on to say, we want to talk to you about Bunchems. And so, sure enough, we set up a phone call the very next day. Guess who instantly shows up on the front page of the Wall Street Journal?
Well, it's Paul Ziobro's story
Ziobro,
dated
yes.
November 19th, which I will read the lead as John Stossel. Bonnie Brushwood didn't think twice when she overheard Let's Play Snowball fight at her 8-year-old daughter's birthday slumber party. Her daughter Josie and several friends had just retreated to a bedroom in their Austin, Texas home with a freshly unwrapped pack of 370 Bunchems, a hot new building toy. Each marble-sized Bunchem has a dozen of soft, springy hooks that give the multicolored spheres a Velcro-like grip. They're easy to stick together, but hard to unstick from hair. Blink 3 times and nod, because he goes hard, just like Bonnie tells him about the menace of these Bunchems.
Yes.
Now that, Brian and Bonnie, that would be enough to come and tell you guys right here on this show. But that's not where the story ended.
No, as a matter of fact, this began an onslaught. First of all, not only did it begin an onslaught of phone calls of everyone demanding the fine talents of Bonnie Brushwood, both on Skype interviews to appear on television and on Good Morning America, which again is happening tomorrow, but dozens and dozens of copycat articles. That is not what I have totally forgotten about that Wall Street Journal effect.
Yeah.
If you, as a matter of fact, Bryce, if you go to news.google.com and type in Bunchems, if you scroll back a scant week, you will notice that all of the news stories about Bunchems have to do with like quarterly profits at an all-time high for the Bunchems company. Bunchems guaranteed to be a big hit this holiday season. Then the Wall Street Journal thing hits, and then it is dozens and dozens and dozens of articles.
By the way, here, wait, hold on, wait. Bryce, go back to that. This is the Google News. You are just scrolling through everything that's happened since this article, and it is just in Hebrew, in Cyrillic,
Chinese.
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Like
They're
this is
about things that aren't
international
Bunchems.
news warning about the menace of Bunchems.
Yeah, man. But the flashpoint is that Wall Street Journal article, which didn't you say you talked to the author of it? And both of you guys
and he totally, his wife had mentioned, oh, hey, look at this thing that's kind of blowing up. Everybody's talking about this toy, because I'm not the only one that tweeted about it.
Sure.
Or, it was starting to be a thing. Oh, that poor little girl. Show that one. Oh.
Bonnie, you are not the only person here. You are just the face of an international problem.
Right.
This does not get international press coverage
Yeah.
if it's not an international issue. Right now, there is somebody, Edgar P. Bunchem, is
Oh my gosh.
freak out right now. He's pacing back and forth, and he's got his hands shaking so much that his scotch on the rocks.
He's got a cigar made of Bunchems with faux smoke made of other Bunchems that he's holding in his hand. And he's like, yeah, we got a problem, see? It's that Brushwood chick. She's out there ruining the Bunchem Corporation. This has been an idea we've worked on for 20,000 years. You're telling me it's all going down now? Yeah, boss, I'm sorry. It looks like the jig is up for the Bunchem Corp.
Meanwhile, two tiny tots wander into the room. Girls, go to sleep. Bunch, M, you get out of here. Put some in your hair. Don't worry, it'll come out.
He's like, yeah, I gotta think. Give me a fistful of Bunchems and a guy with an afro. And he sits back and he just tosses them one at a time as they land.
70s ABA style afro. And meanwhile, it zooms in on that guy and he goes, "Meow, it's 11.
Because he's a pterodactyl.
Because he's a pterodactyl from the Flintstones, a cartoon that came out 90 years ago. We're playing for the younger demo, Brian. Okay,
that's good.
So, Bonnie, you find yourself today in front of a camera that is recording for a segment on tomorrow's Good Morning America program.
Yes.
What was that experience like?
It was just a little unearthly. All I'm worried about is like, oh man, my house looks like shit. I mean, it is a disaster.
Well, I mean, what you don't
We're
realize.
going to make a hard left turn. So we're going to cover this Bunchems thing, but this house is a goddamn disaster.
Okay, this is what I'm worried about. This is what's going through my head.
Bonnie Brushwood thought she was here to get talked about for her Bunchems advocacy. But instead, we found her house to be a total disaster.
She says that she tries to keep people from drawing on the walls with crayons. Yet we found these marks here. Did all of these happen by accident?
Like, I'm just going, they're going to do an expose on what an irresponsible parent I am. Look, I've got crayons on my wall,
Bonnie.
Bunchems in
For the
here.
record, Bryce, if you could, pull up the other Instagram photo and look at what the camera saw. If you kind of zoom in down to the left, I don't know if that's possible, but it's like, you got to realize, you see through the eye of a needle at one individual person. And it's like, look, they even set up fancy ass lighting in the back with speckled, dappled,
I gotta say,
orange glow.
I'm totally in love with these guys. They made us look pro. It's just like, wow. So it was the complete opposite of my biggest fear. So yay.
Okay. So
By the way, it was the complete opposite of something to be ignored for the D's Knees subreddit.
That's /r/DEEZKNEES. I guarantee you.
All right. So I mean, Brian was mentioning that you were you comfortable on camera?
No. I'm like, I really don't care. Like, I know how forgettable this is. Like, nobody's even, they're going to like, ha, and they won't see my face at all. They won't really care, right? But my face is so not going into its normal spots. Like my lip is like curling up, and I'm like, I just need my face to relax, and that like makes it worse, and it's all twitching in my eyes, and then
you're like
All
Alec
right, hold
Baldwin
on, wait a minute,
holding
Bonnie.
2 cups of coffee.
Yes, except against my face to make my face behave.
All right, Bonnie, and we will wrap up this segment here and go into the Patreon plug.
Okay.
But we understand we are in the safe space here. We're all just busting balls.
Yeah, busting.
Bryce, give me the shot of Bonnie on the couch because you mentioned the face. I wasn't gonna say it. I need to zoom in on Bonnie's face.
Oh my God!
Zoom in on Bonnie's face because this is all I thought when looking at her face. Wasn't that special?
All I can see is my mother. Oh my God!
And what's
it totally
funny-
looks like my mom.
Bonnie
Yeah.
immediately starts complaining about the picture, and I'm like, sweetie, I took 10. That was the best one.
Oh,
He was
jeez.
such an asshole, right?
Sorry.
I know he's such an asshole.
I picked the best one. That's the definition of a loving and caring husband.
Bunchems? Or could it be Satan?
Satan balls?
He could have done something to help me relax. I don't know. Said something
Yeah.
funny.
Well,
No.
it's funny because,
You
like,
know what? You could have relaxed by going to patreon.com/night attack.
well, I'll tell you what, a lot of us carry a lot of guilt. Maybe some of us, touched our private parts when God wasn't looking, or maybe we accidentally had a hit and run a few years ago. Whatever your
Why isolate them? I mean, I think that we've all talked about on the albums the time that I was touching myself and I had a hit and run. The only thing different
No,
was
that's
God
different.
was looking.
Yeah,
God
no.
was looking. Also, God was my friend God, not the deity. He was
Godwin.
just my buddy God who went to plantation.
it was Godwin, who you called God for short.
Yeah. Godwin was always like, hey, you know, it'd be great is if you touched yourself.
And also, it technically wasn't a hit and run. It was a hit it and run. You hit it
Yeah.
and then you ran.
It was like, hit it, hit it, man, hit it, hit it.
At any rate, if you want to support our show and keep us loud, live, and independent, head on over to patreon.com/nightattack and join the Freedom Foundation. More than 1776 individual patrons. Technically one more than 1776, donating nearly $2,000, although that number is dubious. I don't trust it.
I've been refreshing.
Oh,
and
yeah?
It's not. They either stopped doing it or
Maybe they stopped. For a brief while, they were showing the true numbers closer to 1,600. But then they're like, nope, ixnay, makes us look bad. Investors. But at any rate.
Go ahead and kick the money in. Now is the time if you want to support it. The next episode will be our first of December. So thank you, everybody who has supported through November. This now more than ever, folks, matters for me because I am now independent. I am less a safety net, and I am relying on the kindness of chat realm. So thank you guys so much for making my dream possible.
Oh boy, the kindness of chat realm. Not too many novels have been written about that.
No, but many religious tracks.
The good chat realm.
Yeah.
Hey man, look, there's a bunch of people.
It's like somebody clicking on patreon.com/night attack, and it's like, oh, one click won't hurt. Click. And then next thing you know, it's like, it's not their computer. It's like, Satan and his wiener's out, and he's Satan's wiener.
He's balls deep in a centaur, injecting heroin, saying like, everything's
No! It was only one click. This is only one dick of many. Pan out a million, a forest of penises.
All right, so look, here's the thing, Justin. I don't know what's worse. You got a bunch of assholes running around pretending like they know how to run the greatest country on God's green earth. And I don't know if those people are jerks because they're presumptuous jerks or if the lamestream media, your Gallup organizations, your oligopoly your oligarchy of these information thieves running around saying that they know what's in the hearts and minds of people all over the world. I don't believe it. And I think that we should get to the bottom of this. I want to know what the first state in this union believes about our upcoming candidates.
Iowa, the Iowa caucus is coming up in January, early January. This is what shapes the political landscape. Heroes are made, fortunes are dashed if you do not do well in Iowa. And the only way that we know what's going on there is when, like Brian said, the AP, Quinnipiac, all these, independent sources are talking to people and finding out what's going on. Why not us, Brian? Why not Chat Realm?
Well, we're going to find out tonight. First of all, let me ask you, Justin, have you ever worked a political campaign? Have you ever worked a phone bank before?
Oh, no, I've covered campaigns. I've never actually been a part of a campaign, no.
I had in high school for AP government, we had to we could get extra credit, or one of our assignments was you could either write a paper or work at any campaign, literally any campaign.
Yeah.
So naturally, I went down to the Ross Perot campaign with a couple of my buddies, and Bunny's fist pumping over here. And it's so funny when you show up. Your motivation is not to actually convince anyone to vote for Ross Perot. Instead, your motivation is to do your 2 hours of work and get someone to sign a piece of paper saying you did it. And I remember at one point, the guy who ended up being our valedictorian, him saying like, well, what do you have against Perot? Like, I'm only hearing his side of the conversation. And he goes, huh? And he goes, all right. Well, in that case, might I suggest that you vote for Mr. Bush? But the thing about working a phone bank is that, you're dispassionate. My friend Gordon worked at the Gallup organization, and you could wear a T-shirt that said F the world, but you couldn't wear a T-shirt that said F Democrats or whatever. It's like, they were very pristine. They had a hermetically sealed, politically isolated environment because they didn't want to influence people. And I think we have to do the same thing here.
Certainly so. So the way that these surveys are conducted is by phone. That's, okay, whatever, sure. And let's have Alexander Graham Bell and his cronies really just taint the results. We're going to do this over Skype. Everybody can Skype in right now to
Night Attack
Show.
Yeah, Night Attack Show on Skype right now. Here's what we're going to do. We want you guys to call in. We're going to ask you some formal questions. As you know, we vet our audience. We want to get to the truth of what's happening, boots on the ground in Iowa. We have a vigorous investigation. We're going to say, are you from Iowa? And you must say yes.
Yeah.
To participate in the survey.
This is only for Iowa voters. So if you're not an Iowa voter, don't.
Justin, are you okay? Your eye's twitching. Your eye was winking.
I'm having a stroke.
Okay.
I'm having the old Iowa stroke, as it's called this time of year. Some people catch primary fever. I catch the Iowa stroke. So what you're going to do is just call in right now, Night Attack Show, and tell us you are a registered Iowa voter.
Yeah, and we should point out that I think deep in our hearts, we're all from Iowa. And in fact, we have our first caller on the air. Caller, are you from Iowa?
Yep.
Okay, great. Listen, we have a few standard questions we have to ask you. My associate, Justin Robert Young, is going to take you through the basics. Here we go.
Do you plan on voting in the upcoming caucus?
You don't vote. You stand around and you argue in groups, but sure.
Great.
Okay. Brian?
Are you a registered voter in Iowa?
Yep.
Great.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No. It's a thing that's in a bun, but not really.
In what way does it differ from a sandwich, though?
It's just sandwich-like, but it's not really a sandwich.
Okay,
and yes, Robert, it's me.
How would you define a sandwich, though? Would you define it as some meat in between two pieces of bread?
All right, Brian, come on. Again, we got to keep this
going. All
right,
fine. Look, we don't have time. Caller, you're off. Have a good day. All right,
See, it's just that easy. It's just call in, swear you're from Iowa.
Swear fealty to the corn god.
Absolutely. And then we move on. See? Like, we'll ask you 3 questions. Answer me these questions 3 will be the name of this survey when we publish the results.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, nobody's calling in right now. So maybe we'll ask.
Warm it up. We gotta prime the pump. Prime the pump. Brian, well, here are some of the questions that we're going to ask you. Are you a registered voter in Iowa? Do you plan on voting in the Iowa caucus? Yes or no? Do you think Donald Trump is ready to lead on day one? Again, regular questions that are right now dominating the top of Google News. Real Clear Politics is only a site because it aggregates this kind of stuff. We're sending all of this data to Nate Silver as soon as we get finished.
Dude, expect to get famous. You think Bonnie was a big deal on the front of the Wall Street Journal? Forget about it. You're going to be the biggest deal, including our newest caller. Caller, you're on the air. Are you from Iowa?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. Are you planning to vote in the upcoming caucus?
Of course.
Excellent.
Yes or no, do you think that Donald Trump is ready to lead on day one?
No.
Yes or no, do you smell that?
Yeah.
All right, that's what works for
very
us.
much.
Log it in there. Log it in there. Caller.
Just that easy.
Caller, you're on the air. Are you from Iowa?
Oh, yeah, I love Slipknot.
Excellent. Yes or no, do you plan on voting in the Iowa caucus?
Oh, of course.
Excellent.
Motherfuckers, should they stop fucking their moms? Yes or no?
Their moms or someone else's mom?
I can only read the
we're going by
question.
the form.
I can't sway.
We're going by the form here. You got to pick one.
Then yes.
All right. Thank you very much, caller.
Very much. See, again, we're collecting hard data. Folks, this might not be entertaining. This might not be a big, fun comedy show.
You're watching the sausage get made, man. This is how real politics work. Caller, you're on the air. Are you from Iowa?
I am.
Excellent. Do you think Donald Trump is ready to lead on day one?
Not at all.
Okay.
Are you more or less likely to get a boner if Bugs Bunny dressed like a girl and said, "Hey, you, let's have sex tonight"?
Much more.
Excellent. Thank you very much, caller. Thank you for your service. That's what we need to say at the end of this. Caller, you're on the air. Are you from Iowa?
Yes, sir. I have lived in Iowa all of my life.
Do you plan on voting in the upcoming caucus?
Yes, I voted many times.
Yes or no? Do you think Hillary Clinton is telling the truth?
Oh, yes. She very much tell the truth. She say many nice things about my state of Iowa.
Finally, choose one, evolution or the Constitution.
Oh, evolution, very, very important.
Thank you, sir. Thank
you for your service. Caller, you're on the air. Are you from Iowa? Caller, turn down your radio.
From 1 to unbelievably racist, how would you rate that caller?
I would vote that caller unbelievably optimistic.
All right, thank you for your service. All right, caller, you're on the air. Are you from Iowa?
Si, senor. God.
Caller, do you think Hillary Clinton is telling the truth?
Hillary who?
Okay.
Hillary Clinton. She's running for president.
Sure, whatever.
Okay. Only pick one. Who would win in a fight, your mom or me, after I just gave it to your mom so well that I now had scientifically quantifiable increases in strength?
My mom has a chancleta, and she hit you on the head.
Thank you for your service, asshole. Caller, you're on the air. Are you from Iowa?
I am being Iowa, yeah.
God damn it. Caller, are you a registered voter?
I vote register, yeah.
Okay.
Yes or no? Do you think Donald Trump is ready to lead on day one?
Oh, hell no.
Listen, caller, according to Joseph Campbell, the hero's journey begins with the ordinary world and ends with the return of the elixir. What is the square root of 484?
63.25.
No, I'm sorry.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your
unneeded
service.
and incorrect, but thank you anyway. Again, Brian, what we're doing is boots on the ground research for Iowans by Iowans. And by Iowans,
we're not
mean
Iowans. You
Floridian
can't say
living
that.
in California and a
You can't
Texan.
say it's by Iowans. None of us are from Iowa.
I mean, as far as anybody knows, we are.
All
In
right.
fact, we're going to call this survey for Iowans by Iowans.
Caller, you're on the air. Are you from Iowa?
Caller, are you from Iowa?
Where? Come on.
Use your words, caller.
Okay, caller.
Boo! Boo, Iowa! Your state sucks!
Oh, wait, I think we might have
there we
back.
go. Caller, are you from Iowa?
Say I'm from Iowa.
Okay.
Other citizens say I'm from around the world.
It might be John Stossel, Justin.
No. I would know Stossel. Second question. Who do you plan on voting for in the upcoming Iowa caucus?
Some people say I should vote for Hillary Clinton. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm pretty much sure it's not going to be Hillary Clinton.
Yes or no, Bunchems are great.
Some people say Bunchems are the greatest thing in the world. Bonnie Brushwood says Bunchems are a disaster for the hair.
All right, get out of here. Thank you for your
service.
Caller, are you from Iowa?
Cedar Rapids, born and raised.
Oh, right on. Excellent.
Who do you plan on voting for in the upcoming caucus?
No idea yet.
Yes or no, you're in a dark room. You know someone else is there, but they aren't saying anything.
Yes.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Caller, you're on the air. Are you from Iowa?
Yes.
Are you a registered voter in Iowa?
Yes.
Your bonus question, how did you get in here?
No say.
Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you for your service.
Caller, you're on the air. Are you from Iowa?
I am from Iowa, yes. People of Iowa.
Caller, who did you vote for in the last election?
Oh, the last election, I voted many times for Rick Perry.
For Rick Perry?
Yes.
Okay, and your final question. Cool story, bro. Agree, strongly agree, or strongly agree.
Oh, yes, strongly and stronglier.
All right, thank you for your service. God damn it. And now, of course, our phone bank is flooding in. Man, it takes a while for chat room to get the wheels greased, but once they get going, man.
Caller, go ahead.
Yeah, caller, are you from Iowa?
Yes.
Awesome.
Do you plan on caucusing?
Of course, everyone does.
When's the last time you had diarrhea?
20 minutes ago.
Jesus. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. I mean, sorry, but thank you.
Caller, are you from Iowa?
Das Vidania. I am from Iowa.
Caller, did you vote in the last election?
Da, I did. Yes.
Finally, for
by the way, pick one: Pol Pot or Adolf Hitler. You must kiss one on the lips.
I will choose Pol Pot.
Good.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Caller, are you from Iowa?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Are you political?
I mean, I guess.
Excellent.
Yes or no? Do you think Hillary Clinton is telling the truth?
Oh, you mean Lizard Woman McClintron? No. In fact, I don't think her real name's even Hillary.
Finally, yes or no, for $100,000, what is the capital of Ufstanzia?
I believe that would be Garflinhenge.
Oh.
Correct!
Sorry, you are correct!
Ooh!
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, sir. I think we have a few more questions here.
Jeez, okay, we do. Caller, are you from Iowa?
You're goddamn right I am.
Excellent. Did you vote for Perot?
Damn right I am. Not so goddamn commie.
Why not?
He has big ears. Nobody with big ears can be trusted. They hide shit in there. Shit gets lost. I lost my keys in somebody's ears. I swear to God.
Did you just say you did vote for him, but you would never vote for him because he has big ears?
That's how the terrorists win.
Finally, sir, on a scale from 1 to 10, seriously, what's wrong with Tom Jones?
He keeps asking about that goddamn pussycat. I'm done. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Thank you for your service.
Sir. Brian, I think that's all the questions that we have.
All right, one more. Caller, are you from Iowa?
Close from Iowa.
Do you participate in the caucuses?
I do not.
Are you a bottle of rum?
Ahoy.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Dude, I think we got to the bottom of it. We know what Iowa's up to nowadays.
Yeah, I feel like we've got a real clear look at who's going to win the Iowa caucus and therefore set themselves up for the presidency of the United States. Please go ahead and look for this. It's going to be called For Iowans by Iowans, but it's going to be BI Iowans, like we're bisexual.
Actually, and 4 will be the number 4. 4 Iowans, by Iowans.
Exactly. It's really just describing these 4 guys I met who are bisexual. Like, they're really nice. It was a fun night in Cedar Rapids.
Well, and it was weird that you gave that poem. You went to a beat poet club, and you said, this one's called For Iowans, by Iowans.
Yeah, I think flashback, it was this. For Iowans by Iowans. Corn in fields of corn for fields of death. Penises or vaginas. I ain't going to say why yas having sex with them, for we are hawk eyes of hawks soaring through skies, and then fucking guys and girls.
Final vote.
For Iowans by Iowans.
What's great? What's great is the music ran out so long ago. I stopped doing it. You just kept going. Always record. Always record.
Do we have an ad?
Not from our. No.
Yes, we do. This episode brought to you by
ad this week.
What's that?
Our ad, Brian.
Oh,
we have the ad. Go ahead and read the copy that we got.
This episode of Night Attack brought to you by Uncle Chuckle's Sticky Fingers. Stick 'em where you like to be stuck. With magical hook and loop technology, your pubes will never come unstuck thanks to Uncle Chuckle's Sticky Fingers. They're very sticky.
Stop having boring merkins. Start living an exciting pubically covered life. Uncle Chuck's Sticky Fingers let you live the exotic lifestyle that you've dreamed of since you were a boy.
I think we've all been fans of Jenkem since the beginning. Uncle Chuckle's Sticky Fingers.
And now, Night Attack listeners get a special deal. Just type Night Attack Stick'em when you first make your order, and Uncle Chuck's Sticky Fingers will be all over your junk in no time flat.
Don't forget to turn off your monitor for an additional 25% and poop your pants.
Just remember, folks, if I can endorse Uncle Chuck's Sticky Fingers, it's even weirder because my father's named Charlie.
Wink.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
It's good. What's funny is I have no doubt that Neshcom's going to invoice us for that ad.
He's gonna invoice Uncle Chuck.
He's like, hey, man, I brought in Uncle Chuck.
Hey, Brian, it's Thanksgiving this week.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it's not just Thanksgiving. It's Christmas weekend. For capitalists, dude, it's Black Friday. And so me and John have been figuring out, the game plan for the Scam Stuff website.
How's that going so far?
John is tediously changing prices. He's like a Christmas fairy. He's like a Christmas fairy.
Right.
I mean, like he's toiling away.
Can you call John right now and so we can ask him this survey? He's from Iowa, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
might as
he's
well
from
be.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he's from Iowa.
Call John Tilton.
Calling John Tilton. Mobile.
Here we go.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, John, how goes the bargain factory?
Hey, it's going well. I am actually at halfway house right now because they tried to deliver those coins today, so I'm signing this UPS note.
All right. Listen, real quick question. We're live on the air. Have you ever been to Iowa?
Have I been to Iowa? I believe
That is a yes.
Yes,
Do
great.
you plan on voting in the upcoming caucus?
Do you plan on voting in the upcoming Iowa caucus?
No.
Great. Is Donald Trump ready to lead?
I prefer not to voice my political opinions for most things, but I do not think Donald Trump is able to lead.
All right, final question, and this is for the official poll. Why do you think people cuddle?
Because they're either in love or lonely.
Okay. But like specifically that move where they spoon together in a bed. What's up with that?
I don't know.
All right. God.
Is that one a multiple choice? I feel like that one needs to be a multiple choice.
Okay. All right. Real quick. Butts. Agree, strongly agree, or agree strongly with reservations.
Wait, is there?
I'll mark you down as agree.
There we go. Agree strongly. Thank you for your service, John. Thank you for your service.
All right. Thank you for your service, John Tilton. I'll call you later. Bye. He says you're well, and then I hung up on him.
So you guys are working really, really hard. Do you want to talk about what you guys got going on?
Just that we're gonna
Scam Stuff?
cheat. Like I don't know. Like the tradition is like you have a big sale on Black Friday, but everybody figures out a way to weasel around it and start last week if you're Amazon.com or whatever. So I think that tomorrow, Wednesday, we're just gonna do it 5 days. We'll go from Cyber Wednesday to Black Monday. It's gonna be 5 days of amazingness, and it's just really weird because we've been working for most of the year for this one weekend, and it's just a big question mark. We're that shrug emoji where people ask like, "How's it going?" and we're like, "We'll find out." But if you guys want to pick up some cool stuff for your friends for the holidays, please consider heading over to scamstuff.com.
That's true, man. I mean, I spent a lot of time in Austin, and I've been to the warehouse that they got out there, and they're diligently packaging stuff up. In fact, Brian, there's that song you guys have been singing. I mean, probably since like June, right? Where you guys were singing about this one weekend.
Sure, it goes. Oh, them bargains are a comin', heave ho, heave ho. Them bargains are a comin', heave ho, heave ho. If we work really hard and you don't really know, let's all do a little blow, yay blow. Let's work double harder, twice as fast, twice as fast. Let's work double harder, twice as fast, twice as fast. Let's do some speed because I feel the need to work really, really fucking hard. Who wants to fuck? Let's all work really fucking hard right now. Let's all hire some labor. Let's fucking work harder. I fucking don't pay you to sit on your fucking ass, you fucking asshole. Ah!
So yeah, scamstuff.com. Yeah, it's go ahead and visit the Rogues Tavern out now, ladies and gentlemen. Deals that you can't believe over there at scamstuff.com.
It's a little morale booster.
Do you feel better?
Yeah,
you feel better?
No, it's good. It's good.
All
I mean, it feels good to sing it out in public, right? Like, you guys have sang it privately for so long.
So, what's up with you, man? You ever get the vibe where it's just like, I don't know who that was. Somebody just inhabited me and made that happen. That was amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Brian, there's a lot going on. We're getting everything set up here at the studio. The one thing that is definitely happening, I'm going to spend all day tomorrow putting together what we're doing for the Contender. Leaving Dallas tomorrow is a pallet of boxes of Contenders. There will be enough going to Amazon to fulfill out everybody who backed the Kickstarter. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to spend the day helping to make buttons because we are making individual buttons for each of the topics that are in the 500 card deck for the Contender. Why? Because if you back the Kickstarter, you can get them separate, or we're going to have a special deal where you can buy both together, and basically you can play the ultimate version of the game where each time you win, you can pin the button on your chest, and eventually you just have an African warlord size.
Eventually, you're working at a TGI Fridays when you get enough buttons on you.
You just are nothing but flair. Like, you just look like a Janet Jackson outfit with just nothing but buttons all over yourself. It's going to be super rad. We'll have everything up there on the website, but thecontender.us. Pre-order the game right now. We're going to actually put it on sale as soon as we get confirmation that they've left from Dallas, and therefore we can technically say that all the Kickstarters are in the process of being fulfilled. We will put it up officially for sale on Thanksgiving. It's going to be a great time.
Dude, that is amazing. People in the chat are asking you to plug the Thanksgiving stream that you're going to do. How long is the live stream you're going to do this Thanksgiving?
Oh, good God, Brian. 8 hours. 8 whole hours. By the way, can I just explain how little of a man I am? And by that, I mean my penis is tiny. And I have never realized that I was raised by a dilettante fraudster who never taught me man things in life.
Okay. Yes, you may.
I'm going to tell you about this.
Agree, strongly disagree, disagree slightly.
So Ashley decides that we're gonna, because we moved out of this used to be our living room, our bedroom. Moved out of our bedroom, moved into our living room, right? So we could have this space as a studio. So now we're like, okay, what's a great way that we could have our living room back? She's like, okay, I found this thing online where we could build a Murphy bed effectively. So it's a wooden Murphy bed that she's like, okay, we'll just buy a bunch of wood. And then I'm like, cool. And then I realized that I don't know how to build anything. I've never built anything that isn't from IKEA ever in my life. And
so this is not an IKEA assembly thing. You're not assembling a thing. You are building a thing.
Building a thing. Like, literally, it's like, hey, buy the screws and stuff from these people and buy the plans from these people, and then like going to get wood and lumber and cutting it to spec and everything. That's all you, bro. So literally all I've done for this project is go out and go get lumber, which was basically just me being like, hi, man at the lumber yard. I got a liberal arts education. Here's a piece of paper. Put it in my car. Bye.
This is the difference between reheating a meal and cooking a meal. You are trying to cook for the very first time.
Right now, Ashley is out in the living room actually trilling things and assembling things. She's putting everything together right now.
What's funny?
I'm writing. I'm in the other room, literally writing the phrase, "Are you more or less likely to get a boner if Bugs Bunny dressed like a girl and said, 'Hey, you, let's have sex tonight'?"
And what's amazing is in my mind, I just picture before the show, you're like, "I'm sorry, I've got to work, sweetheart. Some of us have to bring home the bacon."
Yeah. I'm sorry, someone's got to pay this rent, bitch.
And then meanwhile, she's sitting there with a drill in her hand like Rosie the Riveter saying like, "Some of us want to sleep in a goddamn bed tonight."
No, that's actually happening. So when I say that Ashley will be cooking for 8 hours with me on stream, understand that I am the beta in this relationship, and there's a reason why I should be just running pastry puffs from one end of the room to the other while screaming and yelling because I've broken a nail. Like, she is the total alpha in actually doing manly crap in this house.
Yeah. Does she just wait until she's been on the front page of the Wall Street Journal? Then you're going to hear about it.
I know. Geez, I just, you know, this is, Brian walks downstairs and what was once his lovely supporting housewife, Bonnie, is replaced by a meaner version of Sandra D from Grease, where she's just like putting out cigarettes on the countertop. And
putting out cigarettes on her knees, saying like, "Put that on your subreddit, jerk."
Oh my God, Brian.
But anyway, so Twitch giving, it's going to happen this Thanksgiving. You go ahead and head on over to either of our Twitch accounts, twitch.tv/Jurystone for mine, and more specifically, twitch.tv/FakeGamerGirl. We're going to be cooking all goddamn day, 8 hours starting at 9 a.m. West Coast time, noon on the East Coast. It is a full meal. If you go to fakegamergrill.com, you can see everything that we're cooking. It is going to be super awesome. It is all vegan, right? Full disclosure, but I guarantee you this, anything that we cook will be super awesome and you would want to eat, because I don't eat crap and she only cooks rad stuff.
Yeah, man. By the way, thank you for sending over those vegan books. Your literature was very enlightening, sir. I would like to join your cult.
I was thinking, because I'm over at Brian's for Brian and Bonnie's for like a month, effectively on and off. I was flying in and out, oftentimes not working for the Go game. The games kept getting canceled, so I was literally just hanging. I was getting flown out on corporate dimes so we could record live night attacks. And you guys had just Brian, you had spent all the time out in LA for Dance On and everything. And you guys got Tom a rad gift and everything. And I'm like, oh my God. Number one, it's the right thing to do to get them a gift because I've stayed there so much. And number two, I got to think of something cool because you guys are the people who think of stuff cool. And so I was trying to figure out something to do. And Ashley, of course, because she's the only one who gets things done in this house, was like, well, they have to work around stuff for allergies all the time. So get them a couple vegan cookbooks.
They have to work around stuff for allergies. Why not throw a few more restrictions in their diet? That's what I say.
Well, I mean, it's just a way that you could not do eggs and nuts, and that's what that all is. But it's it's super, super rad, and I'm really excited for you guys to have more options.
No, that was fantastically, very, very thoughtful. Thank you very much for that. Hey, should we take a moment? We got three things to get through. Do we want to talk real quick about this week's Dance Showdown?
Let's go ahead and do it. It's Brian Dances On.
Yeah, man. Dance Showdown is it's YouTube's answer to Dancing with the Stars, and I did it, and I can't take it back, and it's sitting there on the internet. If you head on over to youtube.com/danceon, you'll see this week's episode, in which there's no new dances, but it's just the judges talking about our dances, which I've not seen yet, and it looked like I don't want to say, Bryce, that you had misgivings about us talking about this.
No,
let's Bryce. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Brian.
Yeah.
You have often talked about a moment, a tick that you have developed from being a professional.
Sure.
That you often handle, just straight out negative energy in a show business sense by putting on what kind of face?
Bit of a plastic grin. Bit of a frozen as I die a little bit inside. Unless the criticism is on YouTube or in or YouTube comments or on Twitter, in which case my automatic response is asterisk hugs asterisk. That's the one response you're gonna get from me.
So they were not kind to you immediately after you were done dancing.
Well, they said they were disappointed because they said that what they liked about my previous dances is that I gave myself fully and I was filled with joy and that stuff. And they said they didn't see that, which of course was the point. We were doing the Addams Family thing, and they're not exactly giddy on the face.
No, they're like weird zombies. They're like they're either they either have murdered people,
they're creepy and they're kooky. they're altogether ooky.
They've probably raped a Wookiee. The Addams Family.
Yeah.
So here we go. So this is them. This is them talking. So let's go ahead. And Brian, I want you.
Shut my mouth. I'll shut my mouth.
No. Let's start with Max Plastic Face.
All right.
And we will see your actual reaction based on how much the plastic melts.
Okay.
All right. So here we go.
How do we feel about B squared?
1, 2, 3.
That's AJ. AJ is a saint. He's so good. I never touched her, Bonnie. It's all fiction.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I like how Bryn played to Brian's strengths of like the whole fire thing. I feel like that was the most, for me, that was the most memorable part, was the fire, like flame in the mouth. It was a trip.
Super clean. I'm kind of impressed. But Bryn is so strong, and I felt like it was a little bit of the Bryn show. I want to see just a tad bit more choreography from him.
Okay. And we were talking about like really being into Bryn. Like if you're gonna flirt with someone, you gotta flirt with someone, and it's okay in the dance community,
Sure
so
is.
I think as long as they figure that part out, I think they'll be pretty good.
Strong contender.
Bryn is a full woman. That's a lot to.
That's a lot to handle.
It is a lot to
but
handle.
I'm just saying though, if she's gonna pop that booty in front of your face, I mean, you're a man. You gotta like give it attention and be a part of the booty.
Yeah.
Because it's right there. It's like,
Oh my gosh!
do you
Did
ignore
you
the booty?
just say be a part of the booty?
I'm just saying, all right, so, maybe for this performance, B Squared might have not been the best one, but the good thing is that they already have a win under their belt with the Coca-Cola Challenge, so hopefully that'll help in the long run.
All right.
Okay.
All right, wait a minute. All right.
That was pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
That was by and large really the only thing that they said was that there was more Bryn than you, which I'm sure was a tactical decision by you guys. You were working for Bryn's strengths and to protect your weaknesses.
Plus, also, if they said, if I wasn't into her booty, it's because I'm 40 years old and married with with 3 children. I'm sorry. And also, I plan on ever getting laid again in my life.
No. I'm sorry. Now that you do not get to hide behind that about the being a part of the booty. This is a theatrical okay, Brian, you can't go and be performing magic and then have somebody say like I don't know whether or not I want to choose this card, and you're like, well, I don't want to force you because I'm a married man. You gotta do the show, you gotta do the bit.
I know what it was.
What was it?
The fear of the weebo.
The weebo?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. No, that's not insignificant. If I'm in the moment, if I'm part of the booty, then guess who else is part of the booty?
I know. Like, how can you dance with that?
Oh, no, wait, it's a table for 2 now.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you don't do massages, do you? Yeah, man. By the way, I don't want to call anyone out, but I definitely got
bombs.
I definitely got a message on email from somebody who had 30 minutes to kill while he was waiting for his daughter, and he sat there and he voted 400 times.
Seriously?
It's an all-you-can-eat buffet of votes. My mom has voted so much. Your mom has not voted at all.
Oh,
my mom started comparing notes with your mom today because it was grandparents' day at school, and then and my mom was like, "Oh no, you just watch it and you're doing other stuff. You're playing your game and you click over and you vote, and every 30 seconds you go." And then and your mom said, I think you voted enough for the both of us.
Ryan?
Yeah?
Can I ask something of you?
Yeah, sure thing.
And also, again...
Anything. You want a kidney?
This
I'll
is
give you a kidney.
for the win. This is FTW. If your mom is watching these and voting on them, can you ask her, hopefully in a recorded format, whether or not she felt you were sufficiently a part of the booty?
All right, here's the thing. If all you guys vote, and by the way, the link is dctv.link/vote-Brian. If you guys participate, then I will get my mom. I'll have her answer the important question of whether or not she felt I was sufficiently part of the booty.
Whether or not her descendant, her pride and joy, baby Brian, was sufficiently a part of the booty.
By the way, keep in mind, they're not reporting the results on the votes right now. And when you go to that link, it's going to take you to danceon.com/dance showdown. You have to hit play. You have to watch 30 seconds of the video. And then that submit vote thing will ungray itself. And you'll be able to submit vote. Make sure to vote for team B Squared. That's Brian and Bryn. We hopefully... Next week, I haven't asked Bryn yet, but I want to get her on the show next week because that'll be the final dance, and we are in the final stretch here. If you guys, this
was the first of the 3 big dances.
No, there were 2 big dances.
Oh,
big. There were 3 in previous things, but there were not challenges before, right? So there are 2 big dances. We are in the home stretch. We're in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and again, part of how they judge, half of it is the judges' responses to the dance, and they're looking for heart. They're looking for people who try. I think I did both. But the other half is nothing but a straight-up popularity contest. It's who loves their dancer the most, and hopefully it'll be you guys. And that would be amazing. And keep in mind, and half the money goes to Bryn. Goes to the dancer, the actually talented one, who this is her 3rd dance showdown that she's done, and that girl deserves to win in a huge way.
Also, realize this. Next week, we could have Bryn on the line while Brian plays a clip of him asking his own mother whether or not he was sufficiently into that booty, meaning Bryn's booty.
Oh, wait. That's
Real
only if we
B-squared.
win. We don't get the results.
Well, look, they'll know in their hearts if everybody participated. The bar's been set. Who can beat 400 votes?
Oh my God.
You guys need to make this the biggest effort ever. This is Brian is going to talk to his mom about that booty. Like that is what we are talking about here. That's what is at stake. You guys need to represent. If you show up, we show out. Fresher than a something jar of Skippy.
Heck yeah. By the way, if you head on over to reddit.com/r/D's knees.
Oh my gosh.
We already have a number of posts.
Oh no! I'm so glad. I shaved it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
They are pictures of Bonnie's knees from the Instagram photos, and they're very tightly cropped.
Yes, the focus is definitely on those
just
knees.
for the knees.
Just the knees.
I want to know where the knees at.
We forgot to
need them knees to please, bro.
We forgot to mention my my other awkward part.
Which one?
God
damn it. No, I mean.
Oh, that was so mean.
I meant. Oh, there was an awkward part I didn't notice. What was it?
Yeah, it was like when I tried to do the diamond clip side.
Oh shit! I missed this.
You did. Oh
okay,
my God.
this explains. Okay, before, like we were talking about it before, and Bonnie just looks at me doing like air quotes that look like they're curdling in acid. She goes, "Hey." And I'm like, what is this? I don't understand. You did this during the interview? You tried to flash a curled version of the...
Yeah, so I held up one hand with my V, and then I am like,
With
it's
your
like
V?
they come in from one direction, and then they come in from another, and they just hook together. So
that's amazing.
That is really
Wait, so that
clever.
might be on Good Morning America tomorrow?
It's probably not, because I totally stumbled through it. I was like all like, I'm working up to it. So I really think I slaughtered it. And then it was tightly cropped, but there was one moment of severe awkward as I'm trying to do the diamond. That's harder than you think to work that in with that.
Oh, that's amazing. I had no idea that's what you were referencing, Bonnie.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that whole segment. And then I felt like she went, like it doesn't even make sense.
Oh, that's amazing.
Amazing.
That is great.
Hey, Brian, we do have one thing. We've already done a little bit of it, but we do have to keep up with our ongoing quest to bring the holy grail of podcast guests. Mark Maron can have Barack Obama. He can have Lorne Michaels.
It's fine.
We only want one. John Stossel. That's why we each week bring you Mission Imstellable.
Yeah, man. For those of you guys who don't know, me and Justin have a little bit of an obsession with a libertarian-leaning anchor, former co-host of 2020, John Stossel, and we're doing our best to try to lure him in. As a matter of fact, we've recreated a number of movie scenes as John Stossel, which some of you fine folks have managed to recreate in video format. Let's take a quick look at the beginning of this monologue from Jaws from last week. Just a little taste here.
Y'all know me. How I earn a living. I'll catch this bird for you, but it ain't gonna be easy. It's a bad fish. It's not like I'm going down to the pond chasing bluegills or tommycots. This shark, the government believes, will swallow you whole. Little shacking, little tenderizing, and down you go. Now, we have to do this quick. That'll bring back the
Kill it. Thank you so much to CJ for putting that together. Listen, here's the thing. John Stossel, we know you're listening. We know you're a fan. Look, we're serious. Why won't you come on the show, bro?
Listen, we're thankful for you. We're thankful for the tireless work and dedication you've brought to your journalism career.
I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people think that you're afraid to come on the show. The government says that you won't ever come on the show.
James Randi is in my cell phone, and I'll call him and exclaim my excitement if you were to agree to come on the show.
All you have to do is record a stop bothering me announcement and send it to us on YouTube. That's all you need. I'm Brian Brushwood, and this is 4040.
Also, if you guys want to help do your part for Mission Imstellable, it's only one thing you got to do. Make sure that John Stossel, at John Stossel, sees every one of these pictures and videos that everybody has been creating, so he understands that coming on Night Attack is not only the best thing he could do for his career, but also the only thing America needs.
That's it'll save the day. Speaking of which, you know what people need is Diamond Time, an opportunity for us to shout out the projects and stuff that you guys have going on in the Diamond Club community. If you head on over to diamondclub.reddit.com, the top 3, look at the sticky post, and you will be able to post your projects. The top 3 will get shouted out every week. Before we get into this real quick, I do want to give a quick shout out. There's a friend of the Scam School show who's been writing me over the last year named Evan, who wrote me with just a heartbreaking tale. You know, it's a weird moment when you're swapping emails with someone talking about like how to write magic tricks or what the best books are to read and stuff. And then somebody reaches out to you saying like, hey man, I don't know if you remember me. I'm like, of course I remember you. We swapped like 4 or 5 emails. And he drops the bomb saying, I don't really know who to ask, but my dad just got diagnosed with terminal brain cancer. And we have a GoFundMe. If you go to gofundme.com/PWB 3GB9K, all lowercase. That's gofundme.com/PWB 3GB9K. Evan's dad is in a really, really rough spot. And of course, that means Evan's in a rough spot. I don't know how old Evan is, but he seems like he's young enough that I know that we want to do our best to take care of him. So if you have a little bit of spare jingle, let's throw it over to his dad's GoFundMe, because I can't. He just got married. What a tough spot. And Evan, my thoughts are with you, man.
Yeah, super, super, super rough situation for a kid that young to be in. And that, if you didn't catch, you're driving or something, you didn't catch that link, everything is there is a post at reddit.com/r/Diamond Club. That'll be a real quick and easy place where you can find this link and go ahead and support it.
Or if you're looking for an easy URL, Carl has helpfully shortened it to bit.ly/fucking cancer sucks. So I had to bit.ly/fucking cancer sucks and throw a little bit of extra jingle that way.
All roads lead to Rome. Let's begin. Diamond Time with W. Scottus 1. Sending this for Sergeant Muffin because he'll never self-promote himself. Want some awesome Diamond Club swag? Of course you would. Go to diamondclub.tv/shop or dctv.link/YOLO Diamond Swag 420. And of course, support Sergeant Muffin on Patreon. Patreon.com/Sergeant Muffin. SGT Muffin. Holy crap, man.
Yeah,
this
man.
sprung up out of nowhere. It's got all sorts of in-joke paraphernalia. Diamondclub.tv. Everything. Scroll back up. Well, what are some of the Captain Poop and Cardinal P from the last album?
And it's a onesie. It's
the
a baby.
Beshcom.
It's a onesie for the baby. You've got Trial by Jury. You've got Neshcom is the Beshcom. You've got #Gato Swag. You have Even I Bought a Beard for Santa. You got Mission Imstellable.
And
how could this have been done?
Amazing. All this, and keep in mind, all of these print-on-demand sites, oftentimes the margins are not great, but whatever spare jingle is there goes straight to the guy keeping your video feed live at diamondclub.tv. That's, of course, Sergeant Muffin, the only sergeant that matters in our life.
Certainly so. Although, Sergeant, we should probably take down some of the stuff that we don't own.
Oh, wait. Carl says that Sergeant Muffin's taking 0% on this stuff.
I think it's all at cost.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Man, I think he just set it to 0, which is insane. I mean, Sergeant Muffin.
The prices the prices on these are the t-shirts are $15.
Yeah, which is about what it. By the way, I love
0 markup. That's all right, Sergeant Muffin.
You're killing us. You're killing us, man. Will you make some money? Will all of you guys make some money on?
Well, he's
our
also
backs?
got that Patreon, which is good. That helps.
Sergeant Muffin.
Support the Patreon, then.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Number one, Sergeant Muffin, in the wise words of every initial sitcom on UPN, girl, you crazy.
And while you're at it, go buy the R.L. Stein. It's literally a Stein that has the letters R.L. on it.
That was great. We came up with that idea last night.
That's amazing.
And it's already on the store.
Amazing.
It's in my cart already.
This is what's so very, very beautiful about this community.
Hot tub juice. That's what I call a hot tub juice. Stein, I live alone. I don't know jokes.
You know what's funny is I'm trying to open up the subreddit, but all I get is D's. You'll have to keep going, Justin.
How about Chris the Professor, who says, ever wonder how you and your friends would fare in the zombie apocalypse? How you would do under interrogation from an elemental cult seeking to destroy the world? We seek to answer these life-altering questions in The Dirt Bags of Holding, a podcast where we play through different tabletop role-playing games and see which of us is the first to stab the other in the back. In our first series of episodes, the players must go through a zombie outbreak at a giant convention. To see the first episode, visit dirtbagsofholding.com or bit.ly/YOLO420 dice swag.
Wonderful. Calm Cypher says, so funny story. My brother and I accidentally discovered the largest unknown public works project of the Great Depression, like adding a new chapter to the American history get big. It's taken us 2 years of research and over 130 hours in the National Archives to uncover, and stretches all the way to the White House. Now we're running a Kickstarter to produce a kick-ass coffee table book on a totally unknown and important history while raising the unnecessary funds to complete the research. Maybe Night Attack wants to debut some unknown American history to the world. Sounds like an invitation for you guys to join us live on the air. California Carl has helpfully shortened the URL to bit.ly/YOLO420 historical swag.
That is actually insane. So like they've found crazy, insane, unknown public works projects.
Can we watch a little bit of their video
Forests
here?
for irrigation and created artificial lakes for recreation. Texas also planned an international highway and resort, and with the unlimited power and water, Texas would have all the elements needed to create self-sustaining communities along the lower Rio Grande.
All of this was revealed by letters written to an A.W. Dorgan of Castellon, Texas, now a ghost town inside of Big Bend National Park.
Wow.
What we want to create is a beautiful, professionally designed coffee table book that tells this incredible story through the eyes of those that lived it, featuring high-resolution photos, maps, telegrams, and previously classified documents.
Man, someone get this to Alex Jones. Right
yes!
Now. He would get this funded tomorrow. Go ahead and get them going. Bit.ly/uppercase forgotten, uppercase frontiers, or, of course, California Carl, the sheriff of Diamond Time, says bit.ly/YOLO420 historical swag.
All right, let's get to the most important part of the evening. Let's check in on the Movie Draft Minute.
Welcome to Movie Draft Minute presented by CosmicRadio.tv for the week of November 23rd, 2015. I'm your host, Roberto Villegas. A new competitor finally enters the ring, but how does that affect the landscape? Let's go to the scoreboard and find out. Brian Brushwood is in 6th place. You know the drill. Joshua Brown's in 5th place at $27.8 million. Chrissy Cates enters the ring in 4th place with The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 bringing in $111.2 million this week. Brian Ibbett's in 3rd place with $134.2 million. Milongo AE is in 2nd place with $231.8 million. And in 1st place with a whopping $362.1 million. It's Tom Merritt. And that is Movie Draft Minute for the week of November 23rd, 2015.
Man, how you feeling? How you feeling, Justin?
I'm gonna take this one. It's gonna be in the bag.
No. I mean, like regardless.
Here's the news. The news is today. Tracking hit for Star Wars: The Force Awakens, meaning that what tracking is there's like the metrics of how much people know about a certain. If you ever like go and you, like get pulled over to the side by somebody at the mall who wants to show you trailers and stuff like that and pay you $50, and then they ask you a bunch of questions about like, well, what do you know about the Sword of Steve? And you're like, I don't know anything about it.
You're like, are you sure it's on QVC? It's available for only $70 right now. The Sword of Steve going in 10 seconds. Jump in there. It's only $743. Sword of Steve available right now.
So they take all that data. And then they say, okay, well, this amount of people know about it. This kind of people know about it. This is where the marketing's been paying attention to. And then they can generally point out how much money it's going to make on opening weekend. Star Wars is now officially hit that tracking. It is it is like basically has no flaws. It is 4 quadrant, meaning old, young, boy, girl. On all 4 of those elements. Everybody knows about it. Everybody's excited about it. The tracking is at its lowest, 170 million on day 1.
Well, and keep in mind, there's over $50 million in pre-sales already, right?
Which is higher than anything has ever done, right? Its highest is 300 million opening weekend.
So here's the weird part about the headline. The headline reads, Star Wars is on track for a huge, possibly record-breaking opening. Weirdly, possibly makes me nervous, because the only way I win at 75% of the box office gross is if it breaks all the records. If it does not break all the records, I come in at 500 million or less. In which case, Malango or Tom or Christy can beat me. So I don't know. It's really a weird thing. Yes, we all know it's going to be huge, but I've bet so heavily on it being huge enough.
How fast is it huge? And what you are betting on is that it is not. I think 170 with 50 million in midnights is a little unrealistic. Like, I mean, that's 50 million in what is effectively Thursday night, 7 o'clock Thursday night, right? And then you're going to tell me that it's only going to make another 120 until Sunday night, when it's the biggest only thing that's happening in all of pop culture.
But again, the game isn't about what it makes in those 3 days. It's the overall, total box office during the duration of the draft, which means not only does it have to break all-time records.
Yes. Of course, that's the game you're playing, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you want it to be closer to the wildly optimistic.
Oh, yes.
300,
yeah.
Right. And also, these tracking numbers are usually floors, because the studios don't want numbers to get out that it's like, they don't want it like, well, it's tracking at $350 million opening weekend. But then it's a disappointment if it only hits 300, which would, by the way, be $100 million more than the highest grossing opening this year, which was Jurassic World,
Park or Jurassic World. Yeah. So tell me this: you've kind of casually said Star Wars has invalidated the draft. Do you really feel like that's the case? Or I think, and obviously I'm biased in this regard, but I feel like we came up with a pretty fair way to handle an extraordinary white whale here.
No.
Okay. All right.
We invalidated it.
All right.
We split up these numbers. They would be great numbers. They'd be super fun. But no, we had to do 75% for Brian.
It's fine. It's fine. You had a chance to get it for 74%. Man, what a great night. I feel like this was an extraordinary episode of Night Attack. I feel like we got to the bottom of what was really going on out there in Iowa. I feel like we had some award-winning journalism represented right here, some cutting edge.
We had a lot of Bunchem talk. I feel like the show at least was fully committed to that booty.
Well, I mean, that's, up for debate. We'll get to the bottom of that, so to speak, next week. What else? We heard from all of Chat Realm's finest. Feel like we did a lot of good. It's a big week for all of us, man. Your studio continues to grow into some kind of amazing spaceship. I assume you're gonna just fly away at some point.
Brian, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for Bonnie. I'm thankful for Beshcom. I'm thankful for Chat Realm, first and foremost. Thank you guys so much for making this a living dream for us. Cheers.
Hey, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks to you guys. We're thankful for all of you. Don't forget, bargains over at scamstuff.com. See you next Tuesday!
The contender.us, pins available, die in a fire! Uncle Chuck's sticky fingers.
Night attack, night attack, night attack, I love you.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.